Today on All Across Oregon, over 1,000 acres of gorgeous tulips, a hip town nestled in the countryside with beautiful, majestic waterfalls, a brewery that brews up and cooks up some great food and beers, a historic schoolhouse turned cafe, and the last of its kind in Oregon, a charming Riverboat restaurant with a fun, hard-working husband and wife team. Let's go. Funding for All Across Oregon was provided in part by Travel Curry Coast, Travel Southern Oregon, Oregon's Adventure Coast, and Travel Southern Oregon Coast. So I've never been to a flower farm of any type. And man, oh man, do I wish I would have done this sooner. I want you to meet my new friend Barb, fourth generation owner and operator of this beautiful tulip farm and the brains behind the Tulip Festival at the Wooden Shoe Tulip Farm. Now just outside of Woodburn, Oregon, you'll find the Wooden Shoe Tulip Farm. It hosts the annual Tulip Festival, and people come from all over the world to visit. The best time to come see this incredible tulip festival is during mid-April, when it's said to have the best color overlap, including views of a few massive snow-capped mountains hovering above the majestic tulips. So this is my new friend Barb. She's the owner and the operator of the tulip farm. You're gonna love her. She's so cool.
Well, welcome. This is our 40th year. So this is our market, so we sell cut flowers, we got our potted bulbs, we got our wine room in there, so you can come in and taste our wine. We have our own vineyard here.
Tulip wine?
No, we don't make wine out of tulip.
Oh, okay.
But we have grapes. We have grapes here as well.
Kinds of stuff
so
here.
Wine grapes, yeah. We've got our tulip market where there's all sorts of tulip-related items in our gift shop, and then, our sign here that we have with our incredible sunrise. We have a beautiful view of Mount Hood here. So we put this up so visitors can come and kind of play and pin where they're from. So we do Oregon, United States.
Let's see, I am from...
Where are you from?
Somewhere in here. See,
Look at all those visitors.
Look at all the ones from New York.
Yeah, it's incredible.
My paisans are coming out to Oregon to the Tulip Festival.
And then this one is even more fascinating.
Wow.
We get between 130 and 140 countries a year.
Why have I not been here before?
I have no idea. This is our 40th year.
40 years.
40 years.
And I have not been here. Don't wait. You got to come check out this farm. We're just going to see it super fast, but come on, let's go. So what happens during the rest of the year?
This is all gone. We go back to farming. So it's actually, this Tulip Festival supports our family farm and it supports our farming habit.
Look at this. How many acres do we have here?
Well, there's about 40 acres of tulips, but we farm about 1,100 acres. Yeah, everything from grass seed to clover, crimson clover, red clover, and some other crops. There's something just magical about walking through a field of flowers that it's unlike anything else. And there's just this universal appeal, and people that come here, they're happy.
It is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I forget that I'm actually right now working. I want to go run through the tulips.
Yeah. We started growing tulips in 1974 for a guy from Terre Haute, Indiana. He grew them in the Willamette Valley because we're about 2 weeks ahead of Holland, and he could grow them here and then take them back to Terre Haute and force them for Christmas, because that tulip flower is formed inside the bulb by August 1st. So if you take a bulb from Oregon and you cut it in half, 1st of August, the whole flower is already in there. It's already formed.
Really?
Once it gets to that stage, all it needs is winter. So you can start chilling it. And so you chill it 14 to 16 weeks, and then you put it in the greenhouse at 65 degrees, and you got a flower. Well, then in 1985, we were in the field over here. I had some neighbors that kept saying, you need to open the field to the public. And being a farm kid, the one thing about being a farm kid is you're surrounded by this beauty. And you don't realize what you have. And so it's like, well, why would anybody want to come look at a crop? So in '85, I took a little ad out in the Statesman Journal, saying, hey, we're going to be full bloom for Easter weekend, come see us. And we had a 6-car traffic jam up there. And we were so excited that people would want to come see us. We had a little wheelbarrow, and we'd go out and pick flowers, sell them $1 a bunch, and that was our first year. What we've done is every year, it's like, how can we make this better? How can we improve it? How can we make that experience better? And this is 40 years of accumulated, how can we make it better? And then we dig the field every year. So we'll dig that field in June, and then we'll separate the bulbs and we store it in our sheds on fresh air all summer long. And then in October we plant them again. So next year the field will be in a different location.
That's insane. That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
That's a lot. That's a farmer's life, huh?
Yeah. This crop supports our farming habit. So
yeah. No, that's super cool. Very cool. All right, you guys ready to go see the fields? Now nobody can pick these.
No,
when you sign in, they say, "Oh, right there."
Yeah. No picking. You can't run through the rows. You know, because we try to keep that look. So what we want is that reaction that you just had. Wow. That's what we're after. So what happens is late in the season, I'll show you what we do. Yeah. This is a seed pod. It's inside, and if you pop that open, it's full of seeds, hundreds of seeds in there. It takes 7 years to get a flower from that. So we're like, no, we're after the bulb growth. So what we do is we take this off by hand. We go through and take these all off by hand. And then all the energy goes back down into the bulb. Because if we don't take that off, these will get huge and ornamental, but it reduces the size of the bulb by about 1/3.
Do you feel that people, when they come here, that they're respectful for the most part?
99% of the people. You're always going to have those that we joke, oh, they can't read. You know, oh, I didn't see a sign. I didn't know I could be in the middle of tulips. You walk right by the sign. I mean, but people sometimes get so focused. But most of them are good. You know, it's hard this time of year on a crew because they are always dealing with that 1% that's like, well, what's wrong with me out here? I should be out here. There's no problem. And
I have to apologize. I brought the 1% with me.
Oh, you did. Oh, God, you did. Hey, get out of there. Get out of there. You can't be in there. You did. Excuse me, sir.
Okay, we're not going to look.
You're
a 1%er. Not many people can say that.
Yeah. About 5 weeks, 6 weeks from now, this will all be brown. And then we dig the field. This here, we used to do a cow train. This is an accessibility tour. So those that can't walk very well, it's supposed to be for seniors, so we can take them out and they can get out in the field rather than just a drive-by. So.
Come on, everybody, we're so happy to be here. Let's go, woohoo! The beauty actually brought me to tears. You couldn't see it because I have my glasses on, but it was so beautiful, totally grounding. Not only are you in awe of the beauty here at the festival, it hosts some of the best food trucks, arts, leather, and jewelry vendors. They have games for all ages. They even have a slide. Make sure you plan your trip to the Tulip Festival and go put your pin on the map. Now, before we head over to the brewery in Silverton, we found out about a small cafe just a few miles down the road from the Tulip Farm. It's an old schoolhouse turned cafe, and its owners have a lot of history there. Well, you'll see. This building was built in 1926 as a 2-room schoolhouse. When the new school was built and opened in 1949, the building was moved across the street to its current location and became a store and residence. This is Amy and Daryl Lenhart, owners and operators of the Whiskey Hill store. So this was originally a schoolhouse.
Yes. Built in 1926, across the street.
And so it came over here in 49 and it became a store and a little residence.
Right there.
Dad actually graduated from 8th grade in this building in 1945 across the street.
And so if this was a school,
you're standing in the south classroom right now. There was a doorway here. You can see in the floor, there was some kind of wall here. This was the south classroom. This was an entryway. There was a coat room here and there, and then a north classroom.
not only can you get good food here, you're a market. Like a
Yes.
little one-stop everything
Yeah.
in here.
So we have snacks, groceries, drinks. We do breakfast and lunch and coffee. We have a gift area. We have all kinds of Whiskey Hill store merchandise. We have an inside dining room, outside patio, 2 overnight guest rooms, and a 10-person guest house as well.
Well, let's see the food that you make here. Let's let the guys check out how you put some food together.
She gets up at 4:45 every morning. She comes down here, and the baking kicks off about 5:30. She makes fresh scones every morning.
You make these scones at 4:45 in the morning?
Yeah, I have people mad if I don't have lemon blueberry scones here.
Okay, well, just so you know, lemon blueberry scones
So we need to have some.
is my favorite.
Okay.
This is where we grew up. I mean, we've known each other since we were 5. We did all 13 years of schooling together. We did all 8 years in that building over there. I grew up a half mile that way. She grew up a mile that way. I mean, we know everybody around here. I mean, we build relationships with the community. But again, we love having the outsiders. And we love when the outsiders come in and they see that
We're outsiders.
So we call this the Mountain View Room because you can actually see 3 mountains on a clear day. So we can see Mount St. Helens. You can actually see her today.
I can see it right there.
Yeah, and Mount Hood and Mount Jefferson in Central Oregon through this window.
When I come here, do me a favor, when I stay here, I would like this room, and when I get here, I like that right there. What a really nice couple. You can feel their connection to the community. They really care about what they do. Now we're heading down the way to the town of Silverton. I've never been here before, and I've driven up and down the I-5 100 times. Over 300 years ago, this area was occupied by 2 contiguous Native American language tribes, the Kalapuya and the Molalla. These tribes thrived there due to its rich soil and vegetation. And as time went on, timber drove the local industry. And the Silver Falls Timber Company was one of the largest sawmills of its kind in the world. Today, Silverton is a wonderful place with a ton of amenities and activities. The Oregon Gardens, Silver Falls State Park, shops and restaurants in downtown Silverton, as well as farms and vineyards. Speaking of restaurants, I want you to meet my new friends at the Silver Falls Brewery. This is Eric, one of the partners of the Silver Falls Brewery. Let's see what they have going on inside.
This is the ale house at Silver Falls Brewery. We started construction, kind of took over a place back in 2016. A few years later, we already knew that we were too small, so we built onto it and added a full kitchen and an upstairs tasting room and a full production brewery here in 2020, 2021.
Yeah, I'd love to see the place. Love to see where you make the beer. Love to see you make this food that I heard about. I mean, you came highly recommended, so that's why we're here today, because your community said, you gotta go, you gotta see Silver Falls Brewery.
Great destination. You'll have a great experience.
I'm looking forward to it.
Well, welcome to the brewery.
Oh, you know what it smells like? It smells like a brewery. This guy looks like a brewer. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
This is Ryan. He's one of our brewers, and he's just finishing up a day of moving beer around.
Man, oh man, it's a lot of things going on here.
A lot of stainless steel. If you follow me down here, we can go to the brew house. So this is kind of the central part of the brewery is the brew house. It's a pretty unique system that we had custom made and we had kind of designed. I call it like a hybrid system, so it uses a direct fire kettle, but also uses an oil heat to heat some of the grain up if we need to during the brewing process. And by end product, we're getting about close to 400 gallons of beer in a batch.
And what do you specialize in?
The beers that we make is a real kind of traditional, true to the profile of beers. We kind of lean toward a lot of German beers. So we do like a Marzen, we do Fest beer, we do a Doppelbock, but we still do Northwest IPAs, hazy IPAs, or Oregon Sunshine Hazy IPA is our #1 seller. With this brew system, we're able to do a big spectrum of the beers and being able to do different methods of brewing to be able to capture that traditional process of brewing beer. We still like that flavor that comes from like a kettle a direct fire kettle. So
I have to taste some of that flavor.
yeah,
Before we start our long drive home, just a little flavor, just a little.
just a little.
Just a little.
All right.
So that one that we talked about, now that first traditionally German beer,
What we do have on year-round is what we call our 1933 Pilsner, which is a German-style Pilsner. And 1933 is significant to us because that is the year the state bought the first 100 acres around South Falls, and it's also the year when Prohibition ended.
so 1933 it is. We need one for Eric.
Let's do the Oregon Sunshine.
There you go.
It's
Oregon
our flagship
Sunshine.
hazy
Yes,
IPA.
So this is our
So you've got the
1933.
1933 Pilsner and the Oregon Sunshine hazy IPA. So, cheers.
Oh man. See? That's Pilsner. Oh, that's a beauty. That's a beauty. So clean, so crisp, so flavorful.
And what goes with good beer is good food.
Oh man, are we talking like German cheese bread or schnitzel?
Getting close, getting close. All
Or
right. So our chef Paul, he created like a schnitzel sandwich that is a traditional German sandwich. We should go check it out.
Let's go check it out, guys. I'll take this with us there. All right.
This is our pretzel and then our house-made beer cheese. So it is definitely a staple and a favorite here.
Here, you break that side, I'll break this side. Ready?
Oh yeah, and it's fantastic. And it's actually made with our 1933 Pilsner.
Is it really? The one that I'm drinking right now? Mm-hmm. Wow, that is rich.
It's part of the two food groups of beer and pretzels.
Those pretzels are so perfect.
And it's a great, hiking up at Silver Falls State Park. This is a great recovery meal. And beer's a great recovery drink.
Oh
so-
yeah. Yeah, you can't only get those certain B vitamins from that beer right there.
That's right.
Got to replenish it. So
And this is our German schnitzel sandwich that our chef Paul makes here in house.
I wish you can smell this right now.
And the sauce. You got to get it all with the sauce.
Okay, I got the sauce on it right here. Wow. I love how light and crispy it is.
It's been a great time. Thanks
It
for
has.
coming out to Silverton and Silver Falls Brewery and get to share a little bit of history and some of the flavor that we capture.
Well, you definitely captured the flavor. The food is just what you would have expected here. It's full of flavor, the atmosphere, fun, the staff, super kind, super hospitable. This place is the whole package. And the town. This town is so cool. I could have stayed there all day. The coffee shops, the restaurants, and it was such a bustling, busy little town with a beautiful creek that ran parallel to the main street. You have to make this town a stop, for sure. Now, have you ever been on a riverboat? How about a riverboat restaurant? Me neither, so you're in for a real treat. Now we're heading to the town of Salem, and it's here where we find the last of its kind and operating Riverboat restaurant. Riverboats have such an interesting history. We can date these back to the 1700s, as early as 1705, and their history is super cool. Not to mention the historic places these boats traveled through, like my hometown of New York, as they made their way up and down the Hudson River. Originally, these boats were designed for transportation and carrying heavy loads. But these boats also played a huge part in transporting some $50 million of gold found each year in California, then shipped to the East Coast via the Panama route. So here we are in Salem, about to go aboard the Willamette Queen. I want you to meet Captain Richard and his wife, Barbara. We're here at the Willamette Queen, and I know I'm supposed to ask for permission to come aboard.
You've got it. Permission granted.
Thank you. Well,
Welcome
she said
aboard.
permission granted.
All right. Good to meet you, Vinny. Yeah.
Good to meet you.
You know, riverboats go back many, many years in Salem's history. And by the way, you might be interested in knowing that we are the only operating riverboat right now in the whole state of Oregon.
Really?
Yeah, we used to have hundreds of these boats here in Oregon.
Wait, hundreds?
Hundreds.
And now there's one?
And now there's one. Yeah, absolutely.
And you've been here for 20-something years.
26 years.
26. So this is your job every day for 26 years. Well, no, you've been the captain longer than that. You mentioned you sailed around the world.
I started
my sailing career back in the early 1970s.
And I took a trip all through the South Pacific with my wife and 3 kids. All these different adventures we had. And then after that boat, then I decided I wanted to sail a tall ship. And I wanted to be the first individual to own a tall ship and actually compete in a regular tall ships race.
This is it?
And I was. This is it. This is called the Lady Free. That's me standing up at the top, 85 feet in the air.
Oh my goodness, look at this.
But yeah, this boat was incredible. That was me and my captain's outfit.
Is that you?
That's me, yep. So being on a river is kind of like almost being in Disneyland, you know, it's a lot easier. But rivers have their own challenges, you know.
You know, I run a restaurant for a living. I can't imagine.
We do too.
That's what I just said. You run a restaurant and you have to take care of the boat.
Absolutely. Yep.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow. Who's that beautiful lady over there?
If it wasn't for her good cooking abilities, she's a chef.
She's the chef.
We would never have been in business for 26 years. I mean, because people come for the ride, but they come mainly for the food, you know.
There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of that ship was the Billy O.T. The winds blew harder, bow drip down, blow me, bully boys, blow.
I said go upstairs for you guys, but usually it's going to the second deck. You know.
All right, so let's just go to the second deck.
Believe it or not, we have done 460 weddings on this boat.
Oh, I believe it.
And I officiated most of them, so I'm the only guy you'll ever meet that can claim he's married that many women. Of course, Barbara immediately says, yeah, but I'm the only one you take home at night.
That's right. Take it easy. The captain has arrived.
Welcome aboard, guys. Good to have you.
I love it. That's great. Are we going up to the what do you call that?
The pilot house.
The pilot house.
Let's go show you the pilot house.
Let's see the pilot house.
All right.
Look at you, man. That's like pro status right there.
So this is where it all happens. This is my hangout. One of the things that we love to do is to have kids and anybody that's interested come on up here and take a turn at the wheel.
Oh, that's exciting.
And when they do, I fill out a certificate form. See it right over here? Makes them an honorary captain of the boat.
Look at that. Oh,
this right here, by the way, is
that's if they don't behave, huh?
That's one of the old pistols. I don't let them touch it or handle it. I got a wooden one down there. That's a real one. Yeah.
Can I see what it feels like to be a pirate tucking my pants?
It's
not loaded, right?
No, it's not loaded. In fact, loading a gun like that takes a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you got to put the powder in.
I feel like I'm not dressed for it right, though.
No, you're not dressed right. No.
Right. This is how they do it.
That's right. You got to hold that arm steady.
Yeah.
They did.
I watch movies.
And sometimes they use 2 hands because that thing really has a kick to it, you know.
This is incredible. Okay.
And of course, swords. I got swords all over the place. So
this is all kinds of good stuff here.
So we make a lot of memories with the kids. A little rubber duck.
Oh, you know what, Captain? You are a special person. You know that? You're a special guy.
Fun. And we're having fun. We're making memories, and that's what it's all about.
I am the captain of this ship.
And I have
my wife's permission to say so.
She put that one up.
To 80 years old.
See, I put this one up first.
The captain's word is law.
Right.
And she says you can be the law.
All of a sudden that one appeared. Yeah.
Okay, can you tie all those knots? I'm sure you can.
I tell the kids that's my naughty picture. Some kids get it, some kids don't.
Some kids don't. This kid got it. Such a simple treat they had prepared for us, but it makes me think of that ancient proverb that better is a dish of vegetables where there's love than a fattened bull where there's hatred. These two were nothing but love. What a special couple. I am so happy that I was able to meet them. We had such a great time here in the Woodburn, Salem, Silver Falls area. We met some great people, tried some new dishes, and saw the beauty of creation in the tulip fields and waterfalls. This will be a day to remember. We hope it was for you too. Go explore our beautiful state of Oregon. We'll see you next time as we go all across Oregon. Funding for All Across Oregon was provided in part by Travel Curry Coast, Travel Southern Oregon, Oregon's Adventure Coast, and Travel Southern Oregon Coast.